This segment of ScentBlocker Most Wanted is brought to you by the Whitetail Institute of North America. Deer nutrition is all we do. And by S4 Gear, meeting the demands of nature and those who tame it.
It's late November at Hopewell Views, and Bob's got one of his most wanted in the field.
If he gets any closer, he's still 62, 63 yards.
This buck worked the food plot for at least 30 minutes, but he never got closer than 60 yards. This was too good a buck to take a chance at that range.
It's an incredible buck to shoot with a bow. He's 150, 160 inch. If Sam don't do any good this evening, I'm gonna put him in this blind tomorrow evening, because there ain't no guarantees, but that buck right there, he's gonna be right back here tomorrow evening. Holy smoke, to give a deer like that up, but man, for Sam, a Southern boy, he'll think that is the biggest boon of crockett deer he's ever seen in his life. But
what should we be doing as a hunting community and everybody out there watching to show hunting in a good light to people that are undecided whether hunting is good or not?
Well, as hunters, each and every one of us have a responsibility to behave, to be ethical, to be lawful, and to show hunting in a good light. That's just, I think everybody understands that. There's over 300 million people in this country. There's 14.7 million people that are sportsmen, hunters. Many are women and children coming into the sport. And there's probably that many or fewer anti-hunters. Anti-hunting is not a majority. It's a boisterous, loud minority that makes a lot of noise. Well, then you do the math and you say, well, where's the other 250 million, 275 million people? Where do they weigh in? That's the group here, and they're indifferent, and they're not anti-hunters until we act unethically. Then we just take one and slide them across the string and put them into the anti-hunting group. We need to be ambassadors and witnesses for hunting, so that how we act and what we do sheds a good light on it, so that these indifferent, the mob of the people in this country, don't see us as a bunch of thugs and a bunch of irresponsible drunks when we're not.
Hunting enjoys a great support right now, and we need to keep it that way. And the media is going to try to portray us as the dumb rednecks, and it's coming. Sooner or later, they're going to turn their sights on us. But we need to let the world know what we're really like. I'll argue that hunters as a group, as a whole, there's no better group of people in this country as far as doing things for the wildlife. Yeah, we harvest wildlife, but we provide a lot for them as well. I think as human beings, we should do this, and as hunters, we certainly need to do this, is just use our manners. I mean, we all know what manners are. I mean, something as simple as holding the door for a lady or kid, older man, helping somebody with something simple that may sound corny, but when you got your camouflage on, I mean, the reality is you represent the hunting industry.
But I think it's important that everybody that hunts realizes they can do something. They can act responsible, they can be respectful, they can be a good member of their community by donating their time. They can donate meat. If they know, when it comes to the media, if it doesn't do any good to advertise in a hunting magazine and pat our own back, but if there's a way to get the message out to a local newspaper when something like that happens, then the local hunters should contact the newspaper and tell them, hey, look, we provided X amount of meat to the community. And if every little town did that and 10% of them picked up the story and actually ran something, that would be a positive for the industry. And if everybody keeps trying to do those, even just a simple phone call, hey, we donated, can you run a story about hunting? Somebody's gonna pick it up, and one person, one paper, one outlet is better than none.
See the whole rack focus and leave us your thoughts at facebook.com/ScentBlocker Most Wanted. With one day left to hunt, Air Force Major Sam DeGeneres is headed to the food plot where one of our most wanted bucks showed up the night before.
that was quick. We gotta do it out in the field. I'm just closing the door on the blind. That's a good sign. My bow's still in the case. minutes left of light. Deer keep looking down this chute down to the east of us, and we haven't been able to see down there, but I think there might be some deer down the road we walked in on. Wind's perfect for the blind. And he just needs to show up now. I can tell you one thing. I've heard a lot about Bob and Larry through a good mutual friend, Shelley Moore. And it didn't do it justice. Those two guys have done everything to put me on a big deer, including Bob letting me sit in the one stand that we saw a daylight shooter out of. So I can't thank those guys enough. They've been the most gracious hosts. And I definitely have friends for life as far as I'm concerned. I hope they feel the same way. They do a lot for the community, and I couldn't be prouder. Our big shooter's stepping out right now. Pan the camera around, here he comes.
ScentBlocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by IQ. Center the dot for the perfect shot. Block, history's toughest target. And by Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the universe. ScentBlocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by Winchester Rifles and Shotguns. Trust your hunt to a Winchester. Easton, expect the best. Ford, and your quality Ford dealers. The Redemption muzzleloader from LHR Sporting Arms. Made for a lifetime, not for a season. And by Gilbreth's Taxidermy, the official taxidermist of ScentBlocker Most Wanted.
None of our hunts would be possible without a lot of help and coordination from all of our outfitters, landowners, and guides that we work with throughout the year. At Hopewell Views Hunting Club in Pike County, Illinois, Air Force Major Sam DeGeneres just laid his eyes on a most wanted.
Our big shooter's stepping out right now. Pan the camera around, here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, good gosh. I had to reposition to try to get around the camera, and he ran her out of the field. I needed another 5 seconds to get drawn. Oh well, all we can hope is he comes back. Alright, we got another dude coming in the field. He might come back and try to check her out, and if that's the case, he's coming around the backside of the field, but he's back where he came from originally. There he is. Here he comes.
Oh my God. Holy smokes. That's the biggest deer of my life. Oh God. Shot of my life right there. I've been trying to shoot a deer like that my entire life. And I wish Sam would have been with us. Wish I could have had Sam and Dad in here with me.
I watched that green nocturnal disappear behind the shoulder, and you could hear that rage eat. I mean, it just thumped him, absolutely thumped him. Look at the mass. I mean, he's got beams, he's got mass, he's got tines. This deer's got all big bladed tines. This is what you come to the Midwest and to Illinois, Pike County to shoot. I mean, this is a deer of a lifetime for me, absolutely. If you would ask for a dream deer for me, this is it. He's gnarly, he's got mass, I mean, he's got tines. This is an absolute dream buck for me. This is what we dream of shooting as kids when we're your age. All right, tradition when you go to fly with another flying squadron, you exchange patches. This patch, it's from the 153rd in Meridian, Mississippi with the Mississippi Air Guard, and Project Liberty, what I've been doing for 2 years. This patch dates back to World War II. So,
I want to thank you and everybody else in all branches of the United States Service that keep America safe.
It's been a pleasure, and you're a good American. Thank you.